Hi guys, I'm so sorry. I screwed up and I didn't realize time flew by that fast. Anyway, it's Friday, September 19th, and this is Ginger and Ginger's Chat Show. Uh, this happened on Friday, or no, Wednesday? Tuesday or Wednesday. Of course, you know that Jim and his show has been canceled by ABC. Parent company Disney slash Nexstar, they kind of combined, which is really kind of bad. They should have kept it separate. The chairman of the FCC needs to have his head slapped. Uh, you're not supposed to have monopolies. I know it has happened, but monopolies are wrong because they can lead to other issues. I disagree with he was basically lying. First he said, well, it's not going to happen and everything else. The next minute he turns around and does this. And he's a wimp. I don't know why he's afraid of Trump. Trump is a wimp himself, okay? And I am not going to be silenced. I hate it, okay? If they're going to be like that, then they need to be silenced. They need to be censored. Both the FCC chairman and Trump. They both need to be censored. If I had my way, I put Trump in a cave with no communication whatsoever. Okay. Um, I feel sorry for Mr. Kimball. Uh, I really do. This should have not happened. If I had my way, I'd rehire you and Stephen Colbert. Frankly, you know what I think really the population should really do is get together, pull a little bit of money together, set up some kind of not a corporation, but like a co-op, similar to a co-op, and start your own television network. But this time, regulate yourselves, okay? Don't use the FCC. Uh, just be very independent and tell the FCC to go take a flying leap if they're not going to straighten up. Um, and, you know, if this goes on any further, this is going to cause a lot of problems. I'm sorry I repeated, but I'm trying to emphasize here. Uh, Never before in our country we are witnessing this. They should stop listening to Trump. They should stop listening to Stephen Miller. Ignore them, but keep an eye on them. Ignore them. Now, both Trump, Miller, and the cabinet need to go. They really do. They really need to go. And we need a new president in there ASAP. Okay? I'm not going to put up with being silenced. Because you know what my answer to Trump and the FCC is this? Neater, neater, neater. They probably don't know what it means and they wouldn't understand it. What it means, this is how the Canadians answer it. The Canadians have a very, very strong system there. They they basically ban censorship. They tell the truth. They're required to tell the truth. Same way in the UK, it's required to tell the truth. So really, what's the problem? Why are you lying, Trump? Why are you lying, FTC? Lying not going to get you anywhere, okay? And Trump, you should be in jail for extortion because that's what you're doing. Extortion is against federal law. So, Bondi, why are you ignoring what Trump is doing? Put him in jail. Put yourself in jail. Uh, it's really mind boggling and it makes me angry. Okay? I'm sorry I'm shouting, but it just pisses me off, okay? Uh, because FCC, you better be careful. Because you're going to find yourself censored by Trump. You were put there for a reason. You were put there in, let's see, when was the FCC established? Let me check something here. Let me do a little research. Okay. The FCC was founded in 1934 by, um, it's a federal agency funded by and responsible to Congress. Okay, 1934. And President Roosevelt agreed with this. Okay. Um, it basically what it does is establishes rules on communication, radio communication. Majority of the time, Morse code was used. Then of course you have telegraphs. Then, then when the phone system started get more established and everything, that was regulated. But also television, radio started coming into play. If you remember your history, go do a little research on that. In other words, more knowledge you guys gain, everybody gains. They can't take it away from you. Okay? Don't let them take away your knowledge. And then if they say, oh, well, that's not true, that did not happen, I go, yeah, it's true, and it did happen. And if you don't believe me, you go do the research. In other words, challenge FCC, Trump, or whoever on the right side, challenge them. Say, you do your research, look it up, and you read it. If they won't take up the challenge, well, then they're ignorant. And pretty soon, ignorance will fail them. It will. That's how I look at it. And the right said, well, we don't like Antifa. What Antifa or anti-fascist it's not really a true group. It's a thought. It's saying, hey, we don't like fascism, we don't like authoritarian regimes, and we don't like dictatorship regimes. Period. And I'm not going to have one in this country. People say, well, we're walking toward it. We need to walk away from it. That is my soapbox comment here. And like you're saying, if Martha, Olivia, if you're watching this, please watch this. I agree with you. I'm not going to be silenced either. Nobody should be silenced. We should shout long and hard. We need to push back and say no. And Senate, get your act together. You need to stop this shut down of government funding and everything else. You're not doing your job. Start doing your damn job. Okay? Or next year you're going to be fired like along everybody else that doesn't do their job properly. That's what happens in the real working world. Okay? You guys, both in Congress, exception for the Democrats that are trying to do their job, which you guys are sitting there interfering with, that's what you're doing. Okay? If you're not going to do your job, GOP, then get out of Congress, get out of politics, and let the independents and Democrats take over. There should be another party in there. There really should. That works for the people and that performs public service. That's what politics is performing public service. Not all of us can fit into Congress, fit into the building to do the job. Okay? We vote for people to represent us to perform these jobs for us. So, GOP, shut up and sit down and start doing your job. Democrats, you're doing a wonderful job. You're doing what you're trying to do and that you were elected to do. Okay? We need a new president that's either Gavin Newsom. Oh, I love it way he keeps trolling Trump. This is so funny. Um, either Gavin Newsom or Peter Buttigieg or Beto O'Rourke. In other words, those people had experience in government and they know what works. Okay? Peter Buttigieg served a number of years as mayor of a city. Okay? In Indiana. Okay? I forgot the name of the city. Sorry. But I'm going to try to check something here. Is this working? Okay. Facebook is playing games here. That's what they're doing. There we go. Okay, let's see. I'm live now. I don't know why this is acting up. I really don't. I'm kind of lagging here. Anyway, I'm, you know, what's happening is really is pissing me off. I'm not scared. I'm just pissed. And I think now we need to start pushing back. And ICE, hey guys, back off. Go crawl back under a rock where you came from. Or put yourselves in jail and stay there. Stop picking on people. Stop harassing. Stop beating up people. If you're not careful, you're going to find yourself up against a person that knows like martial arts, doesn't put up with the crap. They get beat the hell out of you. I don't condone violence, but when it comes to somebody going to haul off and hit me, I hit back. Okay? And that's the only thing these bullies understand. Okay? I'm going to close some windows here, see if this helps on this lagging issue. I don't see any comments coming up. I don't know why. Hold on a second. Unless Facebook is playing games. Facebook is playing games. And there's a lag. I don't know why it's doing that. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get myself some lunch real quick. I'm a little overdue here. And let me check my calendar for, let's see. Let me check my calendar. Hold on a second. Okay, I will see you guys on the 22nd at 1 o'clock, and I'll make sure that I'm on time. um, a Monday. This time I'll make sure that I'm on time and starting and everything. I don't know why this is doing this, so, because when I was using my making a phone call, I kept getting echoes. So, anyway, I will see you on Monday. Be sure to insist, persist, and push back. Call or flash a note to FCC and yell at them. Yell at them, yell at Congress, and say, hey, you need to do something about the idiot in the White House. And if somebody says, you can't call an idiot, he'll sue you. And I go, yeah, right. Well, the first lawsuit just gotten thrown out. When he was who was he suing? Oh, I think he was trying to sue the New York Times. And that lawsuit got thrown out. So, judges need to stand up more. Okay? Okay, I will talk to you later. Love to all. Stay safe. And I'll see you on Monday. Oh, and go Mariners, because they're playing the Houston Astros today. So I will see you later. Love you all. Okay, bye bye.